Hi guys, so this is an easy detailed makeup tutorials for beginners. We're not going to do anything so extravagant. Something very easy that you just watch and you can pick up. I'll be talking to you like somebody who does not know much about makeup. So let us start. First, the most important thing to make your makeup look pretty is to prepare where your makeup will be sitting, and that is skin prep. Maybe you've heard about it. So skin prep is everything you do to your face before you eventually put on your makeup, okay? So for me, I like to do my whole skincare routine before makeup. And then when you finish your skincare routine, maybe you stop at sunscreen or like your moisturizer or preferably sunscreen, guys. The first thing you want to do is prime your face, right? So priming is not, if you're a beginner, of course you're watching the video because maybe you try to do makeup, it does not work out, something is not working well for you. If you're not priming, then that's what's not working well for you. You cannot put foundation on an empty face. A primer, right, it just smoothens the surface that the foundation, the makeup will sit on. It just gets it ready for makeup, right? So you have you have to prime, and it prevents a lot of sweat and everything from ruining your makeup, so it reduces the chances of that. If you're somebody that sweats a lot like me, you honestly cannot, in fact generally you can't skip that step. So we're going to start with the primer first. There are different types of primers that you can use. I personally use a mattifying primer because of how I sweat, but if you have dry skin, you should go for a moisturizing primer, right? That works for like normal to dry skin and everything. So I use this Lexi. Okay. So first you apply your primer. Honestly, how oily your face is and everything, that determines where you apply your primer. But generally, if you just have like normal skin type, combination normal skin, you can just apply on the T zones, the areas, or like areas where you know that you sweat a lot. So how you know that there is, maybe if you go out and you're already sweating or stuff like that, you can take a picture of your face or like take note of the areas where there's a lot of sweat or the areas where your skin is oily, right? So sometimes it's around this area. Some people sweat on their noses. So it means that your primer should go to those areas more. Yeah, some people actually mix primers depending on the areas. They know their faces, they know what happens where on their faces. So they mix primers. Just use this one for you. I don't think I had any issue with it. So we have primed my face. After priming, then you can go in with your foundation. So foundations, right? I'm sure everybody has heard about foundations. So they're important. I don't think they're super important. Sometimes I actually skip foundation as a step because I'm the kind of person that I'm not so big on like a lot of heavy makeup. So I try to think the which steps I can remove and it will still give me something beautiful. So there are times I've skipped foundation and I still think it works out well. But it's good. Sometimes you can't skip foundation depending on how your skin is, like your face, right? If you have a lot of dark spots, if you have a lot of things you want to cover up on your face, you might need to actually always apply a foundation to mask those areas. So there are different types of foundation. There are foundations that give you like very full coverage. Some are not as full in coverage as others, and but you can always layer them depending on how it is, right? So you should find the foundation that actually works for your shade. And if you're testing foundation, don't test here. You have to go here and test the foundation. Because of how the sun is, our faces are usually darker than our bodies, right? So you want to put a foundation somewhere here along your jawline. So you see how it works with your face and how that thing foundation works with like your neck and everything so that you know where to start. So guys, forget everything that you've seen on Instagram, TikTok. Beauty creators will literally do this. They will put foundation straight on their face. That's not how to apply any product. Like no product. It's a rule. No product should go straight to your face by mistake. Right? No product should go straight to your face. Every product should be mixed, warmed before it gets to your face to be blended. Okay? So for this type now of foundation, you can either apply your foundation with a brush or like a beauty blender, right? I favor brushes, but there are times that it's the beauty blender that doesn't work. I don't know. It depends on you. You can start with either one. I think it's easier to start with a brush. As a beginner, I'll say start with a brush. This actually worked out well for me. As compared to, I was doing this with the beauty blender when I was starting out, like very early stages, and my makeup was patchy. Honestly, it was not, it wasn't the beauty blender. It was that I didn't have the right technique to use it. This is easier to maneuver as a beginner, right? This is easier to maneuver. For this foundation, I'll always advise that you have a mixing tray, right? So that you can pump your foundation and mix on first. Mix your foundation first, and then you're applying your face. Don't go and put your foundation straight here, because when you're blending, there will not be an area that has so much foundation concentrated than when you've already mixed on your tray, and then you now take the evenly distributed product on your face. For example, watch this thing makes it different. This particular thing. So instead of just taking this straight to your skin, like from the bottle to your skin, and then by the time you're blending, there's one part that has the real foundation, and you're trying to spread from there. So all those places, no, you can do this either instead. So you just spread it out on your mixing tray so that it's even. On your mixing tray, you're mixing there because it's a mixing tray. Now you have it's evenly distributed on the brush and on the tray. Then you just go in. It's just easier. You get listen. It's not there are no areas that, oh my god, nobody can tell that this is where you started applying from, because there's no area that has so much product as compared to any other area, right? Because it was evenly mixed on your brush, because it was evenly mixed on your tray. So I'm mixing. There are some people that talk about avoiding putting foundation under your eye. So yeah, it makes sense. The explanation makes sense because that under eye area has thinner skin. Like the skin under there is thin. Do you get? It's thin. So if you pack a lot of product, it makes you to crease more. Do you understand? Like you crease more. That foundation, you want to go in with your concealer. I want you to look at the screen. When the light hits your face, right? There are some areas of your face that glow. See here, see my forehead. So actually here, your nose, because they are more forward in your face, which is why you need to learn concealing and contouring. These areas are more, they protrude a bit from your face. They are the first areas that the light to hit, so they shine, so they look brighter. So when you're concealing, that's what you're doing, right? You're putting a brighter shade there. Because with makeup, you want to really work on the natural depth. So if there's a place that is bright, you put something bright. If there's a place that is darker on your face, you put something dark. So you're really enhancing everything that God gives to you. That's what you're doing with concealing and contouring. Okay, so I brought out some tubes so you can see there are different colors. Right, this is the lightest one. This is from Ezekiel. This is the lightest one. This is a more medium one. And then this is the dark one. This colors work for me and for my skin. Yeah, so you want to put the lighter one in the areas that are already bright. And you want to put the darker one in the areas that hide in your face that are backwards. So this is how to conceal. And people talk about avoiding products here, so don't go too close, just a little here. Look at the angles. So before we used to put all here, like from here to here, but with a lot of information and everything, people realize that the under eyes honestly should not have so much product. It shouldn't have so much product. So the one you've already put here and here, blend it out and let it reach there. Don't put a lot of things. It causes a lot of creasing. And then here, just a little bit, the nose, straight line. Yeah. The concealer, the type of concealer that you have determines how long you keep your concealer to sit before blending. So this one, I had to rush in quickly so that it doesn't get dry fast. Because if it gets dry fast, then it's more difficult for you to blend. So just start with one. Honestly, don't be in a rush. Like perfect one and go to the other one, which is why you need to know the kind of concealer you're working with. But you can't know without trying. So like the honest truth is that you just have to try. Like realize that with makeup, since you're a beginner, you cannot get it perfect though at once at the first try, at your first attempt. Take your like just know that anything that I put on my face now I can wash it. It's not a do or die affair. You can always remove whatever you're putting on your skin. So I found that is makeup trigger. So just accept. So this is already getting a bit difficult to blend this side. So for concealers, you can still blend with a brush. I think it's easier for me to work with brushes. I just like them. I feel like they give you better control of your product than this one that sometimes you turn your you don't know you've turned here. This is where your product is, so you will not know that maybe you've turned here. And now instead of helping you to blend, this other partner is now taking out. I don't know. So that's why I would advise you to just use a brush. It's time to go in with contour. So guys, every other area that's like a bit behind, you go with your contour. It's like shades darker than you, 2 to 3 shades, depending on how dramatic you want your contour to be honest. So guys, this contour is magic. Like, you know what, we'll start with one part of the face so that you can always compare. This is just foundation, so we'll start. So when you are putting on your contour, this area that you concealed, smile. I see under here that's supposed to be dark. In fact, you know how with the light you already see it. This is area you concealed. This is area that should be dark. So this your cheek, just under here, just at the beginning, just here. That's where you conceal. Right. So here, see, you conceal here, and there's a hack that I learned, especially if you have like a protruding forehead, like your forehead is very obvious. Like just this is your eyebrow line. Just go around it. That's what I learned. So let's just blend that in fast. So when you're blending for the contour, you blend it backwards. Like you blend it for here. You want to blend it backwards into your hairline. Blending, guys, is to make sure there's no harsh lines after you've blended, right? That there's no area somebody is able to say, okay, see, this is like you can see the line. This is the difference. This is where. So you want to blend until that does not show readily. It should just look like an effect, not look like, okay, this is where she did it. This you can see the line. You should just see the effect of what you did, not to see the actual line. You understand? So now for here you blend upwards. So you don't blend this contour down, you blend it upwards into the lighter area. The difference, like this area that is bright, area that you contoured. Then thank me later for this. This thing I'm going to show you. Thank me. For your nose, you know we put concealer here to highlight the nose. Now it's amazing if you start from where your eyes are here and break it down. Start from here and bring it down with your contour. Guys, it's amazing. Then you blend. I like this my brush because it just allows me to literally do this. Like you blend inwards, you blend in like this. This is beautiful. It's actually beautiful. Oh, good already. So afterwards, the third layer you want to put is your blush. Let me show you the best way to apply blush. So I have this blush stick. So as we said, it's really not good to put this directly on your face like this, right? Take from your from wherever your blush is. Take it from where every product is on your brush, and then see. This is where you want to put it. In fact, blush can be done different ways. It can be done just here. Blush gives different effects when it's used in different ways. I like to do this. So blush just gives that extra warmth, to be honest, to your face. It's time to set with powder. Not your face powder, your setting powder. So what I do is that I use different colors of powder to set different areas of the face. So the places where I highlighted with the concealer, I use the light powder to go there. The places where I contoured with the darker shade, I use the darker shade to go there. The products we've been using so far has been cream, right? So it just sets it, makes sure that your product stays where it's supposed to be, like contour. So don't just put your brush in this and take it and put here. You have to dust it out. These things will save your life, honestly, and save your makeup. So here, areas that we contoured, just set it with powder so that it's not too much and there's no area that now has so much product. That's why we are dusting it off, so that your spread of products are very even. So when you take it, dust it off, then set. So now we've set the areas that we highlighted and contoured. You get your powder is your skin tone. So you just want to take it with a powder brush, hit it, and then just go all over your face with it. I start with the bright areas and then come down. Guys, this 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 is what we call base, right? So at this point you can see that the makeup has already come together. This makeup is finished. Like the only thing you've not done your eyes, right? But this is your base. Like, in fact, the base is everything. So now you realize that the base is everything, because if your skin already looks this good, you can go out, you can just do something little and go out. People that even have brows that are literally good looking, are complete, you can just, take their brows like this, take their face and go. This is your base. If your base it's your makeup it's, that's just the truth. This is the base. This is everything about your skin and your face. So this is makeup without your eyes and your lips. That is the base. And we don't base. Okay? What some people like to do, they like to go in with their setting powder here and here. Leave it there to set and bake. Then they then do their brows. So no actually starts with the brows. It has come together. So this is the base. Next up,